Thanks for watching. I had a good time making this. Next character will probably be like Theo or Seth or something. See? I told you I'd get to it. It just took a couple months. It's fine. I promise it's been worth the wait though, because listen, I've been cooking. In the outro of the last video, I talked about not being able to find the frame data for this game anywhere online. And I was correct. The frame rate of this game does not exist online. And I still fucking found it. This is the official Maximum Impact 2 strategy guide. This book has it all. It's got the strategies, it's got unlockables, it has got, most importantly, the frame data. There's so much shit in this book, and I can't even parse out all of it because I'm using Google Translate as my translator. But once this is scanned and people can actually translate it, I can't imagine what's in here. Oh, it's also got some bonus content at the back, but we'll get to that at the end of the video. Theo Grimley is the sickest guest character to ever get added to a KOF game. Full stop. Because unlike these other guest characters that are from other fighting games like Sam Show or For Honor, Theo is from Metal Slug. And Metal Slug is a shooting game. And it turns out bringing a gun to a fist fight makes you broken. And she accomplishes this, all while having the same amount of special moves as like a Smash character. Like, no really, she has 4 moves. She fires a gun, she throws a grenade, she throws a molotov, and she has a hit grab. That's it. So we're going to start from the top and dissect how these 4 moves combine to make Theo one of the most disgusting zoners KOF has ever seen. Heavy Machine Gun is the first piece of Theo's diabolical zoning puzzle. Not only are her bullets faster than every other fireball, they're also counted as 3 separate projectiles, meaning you win the fireball war by default. Nice fan, Mai. Nice Psycho Ball, Athena. Nice Fireball, Ningyong. None of it matters. It's never going to work. Essentially, everyone gets bullied by Heavy Machine Gun. Except for they're playing, like, I don't know, fucking Javatma, because a stupid fireball goes through everything. But what kind of self-respecting person plays Javatma? Like, what is this? What is this? Anyways, all this to say, Heavy Machine Gun has some weaknesses. You generally don't want to cancel to it from any of your strings because it's super negative on block, and it can even be unsafe on hit if you're too close. Luckily for Theo, she's got 2 other projectiles that way more than make up for the weaknesses here. Okay, so these next 2 moves share properties, so I'm going to talk about them together. Pineapple and Pepino are 2 different explosives that are honestly even better projectiles than Heavy Machine Gun. Pineapple is a grenade that hits twice, and Pepino is a molotov that hits once but will leave a small fire if it hits the ground. The hitbox on this fire stays active for a long time, and it's a low too, so it's good at denying space and catching rolls. Pineapple and Pepino are slower projectiles than Heavy Machine Gun, but what they lack in speed, they make up for in versatility. The strength of the punch or kick used for the move changes the distance it goes, but that's not all. Both bombs can be thrown anytime while airborne. That's jumping forward, backwards, a short hop, a hyper hop. She can throw these out in zone while still moving away from you. The mobility and space control of Molotov combined with the strength of Heavy Machine Gun creates an unpassable no man's land where all ground approaches are blocked by Pepino and all projectiles just lose to Heavy Machine Gun. The recovery of Air Pepino ends as soon as she lands, and even if she gets interrupted during the startup, the Molotov still comes out. It's literally just free real estate. And being able to jump while throwing bombs mean you get to zone your opponent while pushing them back towards the corner. And that's when both of these moves become really disgusting. The fire from Molotov is wild enough to punish sidesteps and rolls, and Pineapple hitting twice on block only chips them down that much faster, leading to the eventual... Now Kamicazi is where all the pieces start to come together. Theo dashes and her entire body becomes a hitbox until the dash ends. On hit, she dashes through them, blows them up, and it launches them for follow-up damage. Simply put, Kamicazi is a move that allows Theo to zone as long as she chooses to. Anytime this move connects, which is going to be very often because it links off of all of her strings and even hits on the ground, Heavy Punch plus Heavy Kick is guaranteed, which means your poor opponent who went through that literal war zone to get to you, yeah, they're getting sent back full screen, Theo's out of the corner, and oh look, bullets and bombs on wake up. In my Duke video, I made a lot of jokes about how some of the stronger things in this kit seem like a developer oversight, and now I feel kinda wrong for that. The synergy in Theo's kit leads me to believe they knew exactly what they were doing with all of this. Kamicazi getting out of the corner and giving her amazing pressure afterwards, That's completely intended. Grenade looping to itself at the wall, meticulously designed. Molotov catching almost every tech roll after a knockdown. That's just truly just brilliant work, honestly. I mean, they even had the foresight to make her voice more annoying in the dub, so if you play in English, you also get to inflict psychic damage to all of your friends.
Pineapple! You kinda look like Tarma.
Winner!
Mission completed!
I just imagine Falcuna Lab somewhere like an evil genius, desperately trying to create the most fucked up zoner possible.
And we succeeded.
Honestly, the best part about this zoning loop is that while you're keeping your opponent locked down with all of these projectiles, you're just building so much meter, which transitions us nicely into talking about her supers. Her first and honestly most boring super is this axe. It's not invincible, so its main utility is being used as a quick super that you can cancel into if you whiff heavy machine gun. It does solid damage in combos, but there are better things you'd rather spend 1 bar on. The first thing being her install super, Tonfa setup, because yes, Theo has an install that makes her even stronger. It's a flat damage buff to all of her punch normals, it gives her chip damage in all those punches, and gives her some great new strings, some of which even being armored. The buff only goes away on hard knockdowns, so if you're ready with techs and avoid sweeps, you can keep it the entire round. Or don't. Honestly, since you still build meter while Tonfas are active, if you ever lose it, you'll probably have enough just to activate it again. Or just use her other super, Drop Shot. Theo fires some bubbles from her gun that stagger the opponent, and despite appearances, it's one of the strongest supers in the game. The Blitz moves slowly enough for you can get practically any follow-up after it connects, from heavy machine gun to a full-on jump in if you time it right. You can even combo it into itself if you have the meter, leading to combos that literally hit the game's infinite prevention system. The only thing this super doesn't do is give you invincibility, and for that you need to spend a little bit more meter. By spending 2 bars, Theo gets invincibility and a second gun. Double machine gun is her level 2 super, and while the damage on it is good, in every practical situation, it does less damage than using drop shot twice. So you should mainly use it as a way to convert into extra damage off of heavy machine gun, go for a chip kill, or use the invincibility frames to counter projectiles heavy machine gun loses to. Despite being invincible on startup, it's still slow move, so it can't really be used as a wake up reversal. For that, you'll need her level 3 super. Theo time is her final super, and it just has so many positives. It's fast, it comes out in like 4 frames, at least I think that's what this means, I'm kind of doing my best here. It's an invincible reversal, it's easy to combo into because it's guaranteed anytime Kamicazi connects, and to top it all off, it puts her back full screen on hit, so she can get right back to zoning immediately afterwards. The only thing it doesn't do is literally shoot your opponent, and that's only because this game can't afford to lose more players. Truly the perfect super for the perfect zoner. Oh, and you can just sneak in extra damage on the last hit with heavy machine gun because there just was no mercy back in 2006. And with that, we finally covered all of Theo's moves, and we can finally get to the bonus DVD I promised, and I forgot strings. I just forgot about strings, they're so important and I forgot about them. Okay, speed round, strings. In a perfect world, you'd be able to keep everyone at a long distance and just zone them to death while playing Theo, but that doesn't always happen. Luckily enough, Theo's got, honestly, pretty good normals and strings to cover herself if she has to fight up close. An important factor to keep in mind when evaluating whether or not a normal is good or a string is useful for Theo is, does this move get the opponent away from me? And that's determined by, does this move combo into Kamicazi? Because if it does, C+D is guaranteed, and they're going back. Full screen. With all that being said, let's get into it. Downforward Light Punch is Theo's main poking combo tool. At frame 7, it's one of her fastest normals and it's linkable off jump-ins. On hit, you can either combo into the old or convert into the launcher ender for more damage and potential molotov setups. If your opponent blocks a sequence, you can try to mix them up by completing the string with either its sweep or mid ender. For her lows, Crouching Light Kick is a 6-frame poke with solid range. The strings from Crouching Light Kick don't combo on regular hit, but the speed of the move makes it a great way to interrupt opponent's pressure. If the opponent is crouching, the rest of the chain links into a hard knockdown sweep, meaning Crouching Heavy Kick is her sweep, and not only is it one of the faster sweeps in the game, it also has a deceptively far range, making it hard to punish when properly spaced out. It's one of her go-to moves in mid-range, as connecting with it leads right into Finally, it's important to keep in mind that you should be trying to hit confirm these strings and not just run them into your opponent's guard. Repeatedly throwing these strings out will lead to you getting sabaki'd and punished, so just use them modestly and you'll be able to shoot down the attempts of anyone trying to stop this zoning menace. And we're finally done. This had a fun time making this video. This game's so fun. Theo's such a cool character, and it took so long because I just kept discovering more ways to use some of her tools, and there's still so much that like I couldn't put in the video because I was like, we gotta stop at some point. We can't go nitty gritty on everything, but it was fun. It was a fun time, and I love this game. Next video is probably going to be about Seth. It might not even be a full video. It might just be about Seth dive kick because I think that's the most fucked up dive kick in all of fighting games. I'm not even joking. It's an absurd move. I just gotta get to it. People have to know about the menace that is Seth. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. At the end here, I'm just gonna include Theo's sample combo video from the official SNK strategy guide. I honestly don't know if any of these sample combo videos are posted anywhere. They like might just be lost media. Which is a shame, because like the devs were cooking with some of these routes. Like, I think it's sample combo 3 is a air throw reset using the game's IPS. It's crazy. Oh yeah, and fun fact, sample combo 4 only works on Hanzo for some reason, and I think that's really funny.